decided is we actually have a lot of realtors on our team, a lot of very informed realtors, and we didn't really want to highlight one over the other. So they're amongst the crowd. If there's a question that we can't answer that's real estate related specifically, we can research that, have our team of realtors research that, and get back to y'all either email or on our Facebook group. So I want to introduce, my name is Scott Jensen. I'm an independent journalist. Andy Lytle, he's an engineer, and Cam Halford is our attorney. Me and Andy both live in... Me and Andy both live in Fort Mill. Cam used to, and now lives a little further south. So, southwest. So if you guys got handouts on the way in here, kind of overview the issues with Silfab. So Silfab has been in process for a couple years. They've not gotten what they needed according to the zoning code. When we discovered it, we started looking into it, and we found some very alarming issues. Essentially, they are a heavy industrial process that's trying to fit into light industrial. The BZA ruled against that. So some of the reasons, there's been a lot of misinformation, especially by Silfab, specifically related to, they say it's an assembly process, and they kind of say we already are doing this. The truth is they have three solar module facilities, 2 in Washington State, 1 in Canada. Those are solar module facilities, not solar cell. Currently, there's no solar cell factory in America. The last one on your sheet, on the black and white sheet, you can see the last one was 2009. There was an accident down in Atlanta, just outside Atlanta. They created a half-mile evacuation radius around the facility. They let the chemicals burn there because there was too many. Another major issue with Silfab is we discovered through FOIA requests a sheet on their lease with the Rockefeller Group. It's on the back of the black and white sheet, listing all of the chemicals that they're going to be using. Now, when we first found out about this, we only learned about chemicals that they submitted to DHEC, and most on this list were not included in the air permit. So we don't know the quantities of them, and one of the really alarming ones is the TMA, trimethyl aluminum. Because actually that and silane are both pyrophoric, meaning they explode on contact with air, both of those chemicals. And we have no idea how much TMA they're going to have. We do know that they're going to have 26,456 pounds of pyrophoric silane gas. And obviously that's the most alarming, but again, as you can see in the sheet, there's many other extremely flammable and one other pyrophoric chemical that they're going to be using. So, bottom line is it's a heavy industrial facility and a light industrial location. Additionally, they have a wastewater treatment facility because they need to treat over 1 million gallons of water per day that they're going to be treating on site. Rock Hill required that. They wanted to send it down to Rock Hill. They said we can't handle that much volume of chemicals. So you need to build your own wastewater treatment facility. Obviously, that also violates light industrial zoning. You can read the definition of light industrial zoning on the black and white sheet, and you can read 1 through 6 on why the facility will violate essentially all of the pieces of the light industrial code for your county. Additionally, the 2 chemicals, silane and hydrofluoric acid, both according to national EPA and other government regulations, require a 1-mile evacuation radius in case of accidents. Separately, silane requires a 1-mile evacuation radius, and hydrofluoric acid requires a 1-mile evacuation radius. They have both of those in high quantities. You can see on your sheet they have 26,000 pounds of pyrophoric silane and 15,000 gallons of hydrofluoric acid on site, again, in addition to all the other chemicals they have. On May 9th, the BZA ruled that solar panel manufacturing does not belong in light industrial. Afterwards, they issued additional permits. It's our opinion that violates the law because currently BZA is law. So, yeah, that's kind of an overview. And a lot of you guys are probably aware of that. So, again, the purpose of this meeting is to go a little more in depth, but really to have you guys ask questions, and have us answer to the best of our ability. So, Andy?
Thank you. I'll just give you a quick rundown of chemicals, or actually emissions. We started looking into this thing, supposedly it was found out by accident. issue, and all I had at the time was the DHEC application, which had to do with air pollution only. We heard they were going to do over 1 million gallons of water a day. I felt like that was because they were going to dilute their waste, but we didn't know for sure at the time. So really all we had at the time was the air pollution numbers from DHEC, which in summary were on this sheet. They do modular manufacturing. Basically, the totals here are VOCs, volatile organic compounds. All these numbers have apparently changed. The original numbers were based on a 70-foot stack. I guess to meet zoning, they had to change it to a 50-foot stack, so they changed their method drastically to keep the pollution numbers under the DHEC limits. So in theory, you want to shoot the pollution as high as you can, get it into the upper atmosphere so it blows away. When you drop it 20 feet, that changes significantly. So basically what they did was they increased the diameter of the stack from 1.5 feet to 5.5 feet. This is a difference in area of 13.5 times, basically. So one of our DHEC experts who couldn't be here today said, the solution to pollution is dilution.